our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait and see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Never gonna raise up a white flag. Didn't come this far just to turn back. The curtains fall for the last act. Breaking that levee, breaking that levee. We don't back down, this is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait and see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. We don't back down, this is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait and see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary.
I got metal running through my bones, a resurrection like a ghost. Hurricane, go ahead and blow. Where you could keep your white flag, I'll never fold. A shadow on the battlefield, a survivor, never yield. A thunder, go ahead and shake. Don't run from the storm when I feel the rain. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. I got a fever in my blood, a falling embers from above. I feel the heat when the pressure blows, a wildfire that you can't control. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. it's explosive.
We're a racing family that you can trust on and off the track. So if you're looking for foundation repair, go online or give us a call to schedule your free inspection. If we fix your foundation and you mention Race On Texas, you will get a 1-year free subscription to the All Access Pass.
Our family started RVing a few years ago, and when I think about all those campfires and fishing trips and sporting events, these are memories that are going to last a lifetime. I want to help others do the same thing. Hi, I'm Kevin Smith, General Manager at the all-new Click It RV in Milton Freewater. People in this community are very familiar with this location and the great service they've always received. So the biggest question we get is, where is Keith? The great news is, Keith is still here.
I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of things come and go. Through all the changes that we have seen, one thing that has not changed for us is the quality of our service.
Buying an RV is a big purchase, but it should be a fun and happy experience. So whether it be in sales or service or parts, our mission is simple: be the best. From our team here at Click It RV in Milton Freewater, we invite you to come down and experience the difference.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Thank you to our veterans who protect and serve, those of the past and those of today. And they allow us to have the opportunities to do what we're doing tonight with iRacing on LSRTV. We welcome you to the Stars and Stripes Racing League. Back after a week off last week with technical difficulties. We're at Darlington. We're ready to go here this evening for the next round. I believe it's round number 9. I'm Wesley Outland. Color analyst somebody is alongside.
Love to see it. Obviously we won't everybody it's knowledge now. It's out there that my days on iRacing are numbered because of real life work, and you'll see a little commercial for that here later on tonight. But I would love to see some rain before I ride off into the sunset on my little unicorn pony with my bag of candy.
Okay.
You never rode a unicorn pony?
I've never rode a unicorn a day in my life, Charles. I think they're fabled creatures.
No, they're horses. You just stick ice cream cone on their nose.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Kyle McCoy on the racetrack right now. The Iowa State entry. Got a couple of wins this year. The Iowa State Cyclones number 7 Chevrolet, brightly with red, white, and blue on that car as he crosses the line. 29-168. He'll set the bar in qualifying. And right now, here comes now Diego Valle. And Valle has got a win earlier this year. The Graham Roberts Racing number 68 machine. Let's see what he can do now as Ross Tatum is in the house. Ross, I've been following on the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Xfinity Series. He was the man that is right now running for that championship. And obviously, we'll see what he can do here in the Topo Chico number 21 Sprite machine. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar number 21 from Stewart, Virginia, Charles. Changes car numbers and colors.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Topo Chico is. That sounds like a Mexican chip, if I had to guess. But
it's a drink. It's a drink. I know that much. He kind of chatted with me a little bit about it the other night because I actually asked him what Topo Chico was. It's a new Coca-Cola product.
Oh, well, yeah, there are a lot of Coke products that I've probably never seen, so I'll have to check it out. And speaking of checking out, we'll go over to Trey Jackson in the number 5. And no names we don't know there. That's an easy one. That's nationwide.
Topo Chico is a Coca-Cola product that is a mineral water. It is a sparkling mineral water sourced and bottled in Monterrey, Mexico.
Well, I did say it sounded that you know like a Mexican thing, Mexican food, Mexican drink, and now I want some good tacos from the Mexican restaurant down the street because everyone likes
Topo
Mexican
Chico,
food.
right?
Yes.
What's so special about Topo Chico? The natural minerals give the sparkling water a crisp and tangy taste. It also stands out because of its strong taste compared to other alcoholic sparkling waters. It also has a more refreshing taste due to its higher carbonation levels. So get you a Topo Chico today.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're going to get some Topo Chico today. As,
he owes me. If we're watching Will Bustler qualify, his Toyota number 1. That Ross Tatum owes me a what do you call it? A crate pallet full of Under Armour or Body Armor. The Body Armor juice drinks, right? So I'll tell him just give me a thing of Topo Chico as well.
I might have to go with the Armor just because I really like their. I think it's grape flavored. Something grape.
God, yeah. Body Armor.
Yeah, I'll take some of that.
Yeah.
As Will Bustler's going to take 13th place in qualifying, and we got Aaron Hell out here, and wow, that is a brand I have not seen in a long time. We got the Camel machine out here.
Camel, is it in you?
I remember back in the day, you used to see Camel ads everywhere.
Oh yeah, man, that's the Smoking Joe Cool's Smoking Joe's Camel number 4 machine on the racetrack of Aaron Hale. Obviously, you have to be 18 or older to smoke. Be responsible, obviously. And I think he ain't going to be able to finish qualifying, Charles. His clock ran out.
Yeah, his clock said, nope, time expired, and he will not get to finish.
All right, let's go racing. Round 9, Darlington. You got to love this place, man. Darlington Raceway is always fun. Christopher Smith is on the pole, the number 81 fast time right there alongside Joshua Robinson in the number 30, row 1. Row 2 will find Cutter alongside. Row number 3, you're going to look for the driver of Diego Valle. Got a win this year from the 68. Will Bustler, Boltons in the number 1. Row 4, Dylan Hoffman in the 15. Thomas Ogle doing good in weeks of late. In your top 10 right now, Drew Hess and Ross Tatum, Charles.
Yeah, row 6 of this 28 car field. The number 3, Christian Lawson, and is outside Brian Lynch in the 24. And row 7, I swear that's your Doppler twin there in the 25. Anyway, 42 of Jason Cratton and the 25 of Nate Lynch. In row 8 is going to be the 5 of Trey Jackson and the 44 of Kyle. I can't read my own writing. Bowling. There we go. We'll get that one out of there. Small print. I have to read 51 of Tom Wizza in row 9 alongside William Duff. Loving the hat he wears every week in that one. In the row 10, gonna be the 88 of Timmy McNally and the 31 of Ryan Lynch.
Row 11 will find Dylan Glass in the number 16 and Zach Kreitz alongside in 46. All these other drivers, including Derek Hofferman. Hofferman will start in the 23rd spot. Aaron Hale alongside of the Camel Machine. The rest of the lineup will find Brian Burchett in the 33, Mark Schrader in that number 10. And your final starter in the race will find Paul Thomas in the number 40. Field begins to roll. Sim time, ready to roll at 75 degrees. Track temp at 78. And we are ready to go 170 laps around the track, over a mile, egg-shaped Darlington Raceway. Getting a couple of preliminary laps, or at least one preliminary lap before we get ready to turn them loose here, Charles.
Yeah, ready to see what these guys can do. They always put on some good racing. So we'll see if they can do it here. Darlington's notorious for not having the cleanest of racings. In sim racing, it's just a tough track, and you either hate it or you love it, and well, it's just one of those deals.
A very unique track, no doubt about it. The track over a mile, as we mentioned, 1.366 miles, 2.198 kilometers on the pavement here. 4 turns, egg-shaped oval. Turns 1 and 2 are uniquely the same at 25 degrees. Turn number 3 and 4 is 23 degrees. Front straightaway is 3 degrees. Back stretch is 2 degrees. And remember, Charles, as they're getting ready to come to the green flag here, they love to drive up to the top of the racetrack, up against the safer barrier. Round 9, Stars and Stripes Racing League. Thank you, veterans. We're green at Darlington.
Yeah, the veterans, obviously, the whole one for this. And unfortunately, we didn't get, I know there was supposed to be a list of the ones that were veterans, and unfortunately, we did not get that list. So didn't get it in. It's unfortunate, but we'll think a broad spectrum. Everyone that's served or serving right now is Christopher Smith. He's got to serve in this field in that 81 machine. He's got a nice about 4-5 car lead.
Down into turn number 2 on that back straightaway. That's the, of course, Boeing backstretch. Into turn number 3. And you see, as I told you, at the come to the green flag here with a couple of laps into it, Charles, they climb the banking. They ride up to the top of the safer barrier. You start going to the inside of the racetrack, and obviously you might lose groove on everyone else's. Now we see Valle and Rickard going at it, McCoy in that mix, and you see as fast as that went on, they quickly got back single file and started going to the top of the racetrack on the backstretch.
Yeah, and I would assume in your expansive career, you've probably been here at least once, and
Many times.
Many times. I have not been here, obviously. I remote produce. I don't get to leave much. They keep me in a dungeon, but I do love my job. I'm kidding. But no, already single file, so is premium. Is passing a premium here as you see them go single file.
Down that back stretch now, working into turn number 3. Chris Smith is the man that's up in front. That's the number 81 machine. Kyle McCoy in second. Josh Robinson third. And now you got Robinson and Valle battling with one another. Valle will go to the third spot. Rickard around the top 5 as you see them all stay up against the racetrack off of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Good racing here right now in the early going. We're all being patient here at Darlington.
Yeah, I have a feeling patience is going to be a big factor in this just because, we'll zoom out and you can see, there's not a lot going on right now. But I wouldn't have a lot going on either. You got 170 laps, 165 to go right now as we're working lap number 6. And there you go. Now you can really see them riding the rim of this track.
All this happening now, but again, Smith still in that top spot. McCoy right there in that 2 position. Valle third. Everybody pretty much for the most part single file, separated amongst one another as we're in the opening laps of this race. Again, 170 circuits around the Darlington Raceway. As now we see the 11 machine of Ogle getting a little company from Gratton's machine. Creighton on the inside. He'll try to make a move. Carey's also loshing with him. They'll work into 3.
Yeah, Gratton's doing good. And by the way, your fastest lap of this race, Diego Valle, in that 68 machine, he is your fastest lap of this race. His previous lap, just before this one, fastest lap. He's on the move, and he is reeling in Kyle McCoy right now in the 7 machine, and he's reeling him in quickly. So we may have a battle for second here momentarily, but not quite yet. Actually, your best battle is way back here in 14th and 15th between Brian Lynch and Trey Jackson.
See the 24 now. That's going to be Lynch Jackson. Lynch, McNally, all going at it now. Changed the colors on the Hooters machine, didn't they, Charles? Look at that. I like that. Patriotic.
Yeah, we get, good to see a patriotic scheme out there. And I know they did tell them, bring out your patriotic schemes. And I don't know if I'd call the next car ahead of him, Kyle Bowling, a patriotic scheme necessarily, but Pepsi's always patriotic. They got red, white, and blue, so while it's not officially a patriotic, can we classify it as one, Wesley? I mean, it is red, white, and blue.
I don't see anything wrong with it. It looks good. Pepsi colors.
There you go. It is officially patriotic now.
Yeah, I'm chugging on a Pepsi. Tastes born in the Carolinas, and it's red, white, and blue. I love Pepsi. You know that.
Yes, we do. He used to like Mountain Dew, but he was told no more Mountain Dew.
No more Mountain Dew. I was told basically with diverticulitis that it was eating the lining in my stomach and literally was causing me to have all the health problems that I was having. And I was said, do not drink it. Do not be drinking that stuff no more. So, yeah.
Well, good to see you got it. And I believe we got another patriotic, Andrew Hess, I believe that is, in the 54 Sporting, I believe this is Hess on the hood.
Gasoline? Yeah, Wilco Hess. You remember Wilco Hess?
No.
Oh wow, yeah, Wilco Hess gasoline, real gas station.
Oh, well, I do really like the patriotic scheme there with the blue and the red and the white, looking good in that number 54 machine. I don't get out Wesley much. If it's not in front of my computer or at Walmart, I'm probably not going to see it. You should know this by now, but.
Well, you better get used to it because you're going to be doing some traveling now, being the new producer for the Comp Cams.
Oh, I'm doing it all remote.
You're doing it from your home?
I am doing it all remote. We have a videographer traveling, and I'm doing it remote.
Well, I mean, the stuff that we have today that allows you to do it, it's possible, right? I mean, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I am ecstatic to have the new full-time job with Race On. I got, obviously, a lot more on my plate than just producing now. I do a lot more stuff. And, I'm thrilled to be there, and couldn't be happier. Obviously, it came with the cost of, not getting to do sim racing when we finish up the leagues we're doing, but we'll still do some one-off stuff. We're still going to do Northwest, mainly because they're at like midnight, so nothing's going on at midnight anyway on Mondays. So we will still be here and there for some one-off stuff.
And I believe the plan is too that big money races we're planning to broadcast, and I believe we've also got something lined up with Lone Star Racing, LSR Gaming X, doing some of their big events.
Yeah, we are going to be putting on some of our own big money races because we'll have more time to do it. Lone Star Racing. We do have another event as we're watching this battle go on between Grattan and Ogle that I guess I could let out of the bag here. Because I'm pretty much expecting that you're going to be on it anyway. May 21st, the Sim Racer Hub will have the simracerhub.com 600K. So we got that one coming as well. We'll just go ahead and put that one out there. We were told we missed the race, so we owe them a little bit anyway. So they said save the date. And, they got the simracerhub.com 600K coming up.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it got down to the end of the season with those last couple of races, I think we didn't broadcast the last one of the year, but the one that I missed was because of basketball, and it was in the middle of the regional conference tournament and the state playoffs, and unfortunately I couldn't be there for them, but anyhow, I enjoyed doing what we did with the Sim Racer Hub program. Hopefully we do some more of that winter challenge. Obviously, during the winter, maybe you'll do the winter series because it is during the winter months and, it's not during the real racing season. But, hey, real racing season's back again as right now we're seeing Chris Smith, ST2 Motorsports, number 81, continue to lead the way of that Apex Energy Chevrolet right now behind him. From Chris Smith, Kyle McCoy, they're 1 and 2. And Iran are 2nd and 3rd of the points.
Yeah, and, I have a feeling McCoy's got a fast car, and we may be feuding like the Smiths and the McCoys here soon. We'll see. I don't know if that really rhymes like the Hatfields and the McCoys, but anyway, they're going to be battling here soon. Smith's fast, but McCoy's got a hot rod as well. Right there you can see he gains about a half a car length out of him in the corners, and he is reeling him in a hurry.
For that spot, for the lead, McCoy, Cyclone to the lead in the 7.
That wasn't near the battle I expected it to be. I expected it to be side by side. Wesley, we've already seen that passing is a little premium around here. They got single file. You think maybe Smith let him by? Not saying, hey, you're better than me, you're going to go by, just to let him go for now, because we still have a lot of racing. We have 150 laps to go. Could he just let him go just to not wear his tires out, on this run?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think the smart thing to do was to definitely let the faster traffic go by, save your tire. We're already in a long green flag run since this race started. Working now 20 laps into it. Matter of fact, let's give you your top 10 right now. Kyle McCoy, Chris Smith, the Diego Valle. Then you've got Scott Rickard, Josh Robinson, the top 5. Then it's Dylan Hoffman, Andrew Hess, Tom Ogle, Will Bustler, Ross Tatum, the top 10. That's the way it stands. Some of the high climbers through the field so far in this race right now. We are keeping an eye on the man of Zach Kreitz and Aaron Hale up 5 spots each. And the man that is falling back, Brian Lynch, now back 7 spots, now joining. Well, actually, correction on that. Brian Lynch falling back 8 spots, but he's trying to fight back to get back to that up front position in the top 15. Those are some of the analysis of the race as we approach lap 21 complete here at Darlington.
Yeah, there's battles here and there. We got the closest one at the moment is actually right up here with Grattan, and I believe that's following in the 4. It is. So you got little battles everywhere. They're kind of starting to fizzle out and get a little spread out. But again, that will all change. We don't know what the tire wear is looking like for these guys as the 44 Bowling almost scrapes the wall. But is scraping the wall, Wesley, is it really that bad, or is it kind of a badge of honor to get your Darlington stripes?
We'll talk about a Darlington stripe here at the Lady in Black, and if you slam the safer barrier now, I would say that it's a lot more less damaging than what it used to be back in the day when there wasn't the safer barrier. By the way, if you didn't know what the safer barrier stands for, it's the steel and foam energy resistant barrier. That's that second wall up against the regular retaining wall here on the racetrack, and obviously on the iRacing sim, it mimics what the real blueprint is. And obviously, Charles, there's a aluminum wall there with that safer barrier. Contact can be made. You can damage it a little bit, but I don't expect for it to be, if you will, a hard hit if you hit the concrete like you did back in the day here at Darlington. But, you get into the wall and you can cause some damage on your car. You can cause a fender rub. You can cause your tire to go down.
Yeah, you can do a little bit of damage, like you said. It's there to, not to hurt as bad. Luckily, these guys can't get hurt like the real drivers could here, but, that's what it's for. Absorb some of the impact from, hitting it. So hopefully they don't hit it. As while this battle's going on, though, we have another one starting to brew back up at the front again with Rickard and Valle. Those two getting together, and looks like Josh Robinson not far behind. He's getting there. So we may have a 3-car battle for third place, kind of brewing here in just a moment.
Obviously, all of this great racing continues on to the back stretch, the front straightaway. My apologies. As you see now, watching along with Rickard, there's the driver, of course, of the number 05 Tire Pros High Rock Vodka Entry Chevrolet out of New York. And he, of course, on the racetrack for Bronze Horse Garage in the number 3 position. But he's also the points leader. And this man doing really good, having a 48-point lead over Christopher Smith coming into tonight's race. And what do you know? It is still Smith in second on the racetrack as they're still trying to run down Kyle McCoy, who, by the way, is tied with Will Bustler for 2 wins on the year. Kyle McCoy went back-to-back, and now he's looking to try to go for a hat trick if he can win here tonight. He leads the way in that 7 machine. He's caught fire in that 7 Iowa State Cyclones car, Charles.
Yeah, he is definitely on fire right now. And, he's not necessarily pulling away from Smith, but he has pulled away a little bit. I honestly think Smith is just kind of holding back, not trying to press too many issues. But, I thought Rickard and Valle were going to be able to catch Smith, but they've also kind of faded off a little bit. And I'm going to go way, way back in the field here, Wesley, back to Ryan Lynch. And I believe that's 19th and 20th. That is the best battle on track. So, we talk about it all the time. You don't have to be up front to get some airtime because these guys are putting on a nice little show back here.
It is McCoy leading the way right now. That number 7 Chevrolet. A couple of Chevrolets right now, 1, 2, and 3. That's McCoy, Smith, and Rickard. Toyota of Diego Valle is right now the only Toyota in the top 10, actually, along with Will Bustler. Everything else has been all Chevrolets, of course. Valle Robinson, your top 5. Then it's Dylan Hoffman, Andrew Hess, Tom Ogle, Will Bustler, Ross Tatum, your top 10. That's the way it stands right now. It's literally just ride and drive right now, I believe, Charles Wooten, as we're working 30 laps into this thing here. And 140 laps to go. And again, you're just kind of being patient, going around the racetrack, staying single file. And this is probably the smartest thing to do what they're doing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a Sunday cruise right now. You're just biding your time. They're still getting battles going on here and there, but they're just kind of biding their time, waiting until we get some laps logged. We're already 30 laps in, working lap 31 with 139 laps to go. That is a lot of racing left to go. And for such a, I won't say short, it's a 1.3 mile track, but you're still clicking off 30-second laps, 31 second now, so about 2 laps a minute. It's a lot of laps, but not necessarily a lot of time. So you got to be somewhat patient, but somewhat a little aggressive too at the same time.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You got to know when to hit your marks and know when you need to battle your competition that's around you, and also whenever you need to just kind of lie in the weeds and maybe let traffic that's a little faster than you in the early going go by you, because to win the race, you must first finish. Well, even before you win the race, to get to the end of the race, you must first finish. And obviously, Charles, we've seen several times where maybe it's not experienced, where guys get together and they tangle and they tear their cars up. And, it's, just not smart racing. And, you just got to find a way to find that equal medium, if you will, where you can just kind of be patient, wait for that right time, find the people on the racetrack that are your teammates or obviously allies, people that you could run with, and then whenever we get to the end of the run, into the payout window to the finish, then that's when you start being a little bit more aggressive and maybe taking more chances to try to get to the front battling competition than what you've done in the first part of the race.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And, chances that you're going to have to take them at some point. We'll see when they decide to do that. But, we haven't seen a caution yet. Will we? That's another question. That's the fun part about racing compared to any other sport, is the unknown. Are we going to have cautions? Will we have green flag pit stops instead? There's so many variables to it that we don't know.
Yeah.
That we just have to wait and see to answer them.
And obviously, we're a fan of caution-free races because they go by quicker, right? I mean, come on. Obviously, in the strategy, I think also of having a green flag pit stops, I think could really make things interesting too, especially since we've been flag to flag for close to 35 laps so far in the starting of this race here at Darlington.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm one of those. I like the caution-free, but I like a caution here and there. As well, every once in a while. Sometimes you just need them to shake things up, and we'll see if that does play out or not. But right now, they're staying clean and green, but still a little racy. As you got the battle going on between these two.
"36 of 170 laps, just getting started here at the Darlington Raceway, round number 9. Apologize, we missed you last week, of course, for the race due to some technical issues at Richmond. I know they got the race in, but Obviously, we're just getting started right here. No change in your top 5. We will step away. We are back in just a moment, and you're not going to miss anything. We're going to go side by side. No, we're not. We're not going side by side. Sorry.
10 years of speed. 10 years of stories. For the past 10 years, we've been more than just spectators. We've been the heartbeat of local racing, growing alongside the tracks, drivers, and fans who make it all possible. From the dusty turns to the checkered flags, we've shared every triumph and every challenge, making memories that last a lifetime. As we mark this milestone, we're not just looking back, we're revving up for the future. We are expanding, bringing you even more racing, more coverage, and more ways to connect with the adrenaline-fueled world we love. Our commitment to the local racing community is unwavering, and the next chapter promises to be our most exciting yet.
.42 of 170 laps. Welcome back to coverage of the Stars and Stripes Racing League, round number 9 tonight. Wesley Outlet, of course, we have Mr. Charles Wooten alongside, or somebody, as he calls himself. By the way, next week we are going to be at Charlotte. Looking forward to that one, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Always like Charlotte, Charles, don't you? Verizon Charlotte race, it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, Charlotte's always a fun track, and yes, I officially will be here with you in the booth for the remainder of the season until May 23rd, so we'll make that official. You get me for the rest of the year, Wesley.
There you go. Verizon, the Verizon Charlotte Shootout will be, of course, sunset into the night. 133 laps, 200 miles. That'll be, again, next Thursday night, right here, iRacing on LSRTV. And what do you know? Approaching 50 laps, and here comes green flag pit stops as the 44 of Kyle Bowling. Bowling is the first one to come down the pit lane, Charles.
Yeah, first one to come down, and I have a feeling, and yeah, there's another one coming in. Brian Burkhart or Bridget going to come in as well, and this is probably the trickle-down effect. I think we're going to see all the rest come down now.
Yeah, green flag pit stops underway here in the, of course, Stars and to Veterans, round number 9 tonight for the Stars and Stripes Racing League here. Thanks, by the way, to James. And here comes some more cars out of the pit lane. We'll acknowledge all these other partners and sponsors as we conclude my pit stops. As here comes now Grattan on pit road. Grattan on pit road of the 42 machine. There's the Keys 42. Let's see what he's got happening. McNally on pit road. There's the 88. All this happening here with about a minute in, Charles. 51 in. Here comes Tom Wizza on pit road, his Toyota.
Yeah, he's in. Dylan Glass is in, and it's just a slow and steady stream of cars coming in now to take their pit stops. It makes you wonder when the leaders are going to come in, as none of them have yet. But I have a feeling that's the end, and at least we have our first top 10. Diego Valle coming in the 68 machine.
And he comes down to the pit lane with 2 wins on the year so far for the driver. Or I'm sorry, 1 win this year for him. I think he won at Atlanta, if I remember correctly, right now.
And
There's that Toyota.
I have a feeling our leaders are about to come in. I thought they were. I stand corrected. I thought I saw them slowing down a little bit. But Chris Smith has reeled in your leader here of McCoy. So that battle's starting to heat up. I thought that was because of pit stops as Lawson's going to come in the number 3 machine. But I thought this one was about to come in. That battle got real close together. I saw the gap really shortening up and getting tighter. But that was not the case. He just kind of slowed up a little bit. So letting the 81 catch back up. And the 81's actually going to pass McCoy. So Smith getting back by McCoy here right in the middle of pit stops.
But I tell you what, Charles, I think another event that's coming up for the Stars and Stripes Racing League, and I hope you chomp all over, it's going to be the announcement of the Memorial 500, the Stars and Stripes. That will be at the world's greatest race course at virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Date to be determined, obviously, before Memorial Day, bud. But these guys, they're going to go 500 miles, 200 laps. We need to get a hold of this thing, man.
Well, we'll have to just kind of wait and see
Big
when
race.
the date is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got to be before Memorial Day or something like that, because obviously the Sin City Shootout is on season 8. Hopefully the following Thursday, maybe they'll do it, something like that. Right after Memorial Day? Yeah. Cool. We did one of those, if you remember, a couple of years ago. Was it the Majors series? We did the Majors.
So, yeah.
iRacing Indy 500. Oh, yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yes, and we can officially say Indy and Indy 500 and IndyCar now, too, so that's nice.
Yeah, they're all back together again. Obviously, they were kind of stupid for leaving iRacing. I don't know what the heck they were thinking, but, got involved with a bunch of shamsters and scammers and money, con artists, and they did not live up to their billing. And I think finally, once they got back with iRacing, it was a lot less than what they were getting before, but they really had no choice in the matter, Charles, but to bring it back. So, by the way, I know a lot of people have been excited about the raining, and I will say this, Charles, I saw a video on social media where it wasn't stock cars, but it was the SRX cars. Obviously, they have been a new download to iRacing. I've done a lot of announcing with SRX before it went on a hiatus this year in the past, but those SRX racing cars, I saw them running around Daytona in the rain. That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, everyone's hyped up about the rain, and I can promise you with about a 20% guarantee that during the winter for LSRTV, when we step away from full-time broadcasting and just do our one-offs and Northwest stuff, one of those money races we do will be a micro sprint race on dirt. I don't know if it'll be at the Expo Center. Everyone calls the Tulsa Center or the Chili Bowl. No, it's actually the Tulsa Expo Center.
Yeah, Tulsa Expo Center.
So anyone out there, that is the technical name. It's not the Chili Bowl track. It's the Tulsa Expo Center. That's its actual name. There, we've enlightened people, but we probably will not go there. I'm thinking Millbridge with the micro sprints.
Really? Millbridge?
Yeah, I'm thinking Millbridge just because I think it's closer. I mean, their name is the home of the Mini Outlaw series, so it seems a little fitting. Rumor has it, I've been told by a source, that they have already scanned a go-kart. I don't think it's a dirt one, but I would love to see them scan a QRC or a Ryan Foster chassis.
That'd be cool. Battle for Fifth, by the way.
Yeah, Battle for Fifth going on as we're watching that one. It's, a lot of things coming. A lot of things we want to see come to iRacing, and Battle for Fifth. This is really one of your only battles right now. We talked about it. These guys kind of getting spread out, and I thought pit stops were underway, Wesley, but so far your top 14 drivers have not come down.
2x2 is right now watching Smith, McCoy, Rickard, and Robinson come to when will they come to pit lane? That's the question, obviously, as we're Watching now Hoffman getting bypassed, man. Bustler coming after him next. That was Valle and the 44 of Lynch. I think they're fighting to try to get back on the lead lap, if you will. All this happening with green flag pit stops ongoing. By the way, 15 cars on the lead lap as Lynch is the first man right now on the lead lap. Everyone else a lap down or more, and you see the transition of the cars that are trying to get back on the lead lap. They're faster because they obviously got new, fresher tires, and they're trying to pass those slow, no, I wouldn't say the word is slow, but it is the used up tires on the lead lap cars, Charles.
Yeah, you're looking at, new tires running around 30.1s, 30.0s. And these older tires, these guys are running at nearly 32 seconds as there comes the McCoy machine of the 7 machine of McCoy, got that backwards, but he's finally coming down. He's realized these old tires are not working. He's 2 seconds off the pace of those new tires. He's got to come down and get some fresh Goodyears and a splash of fuel.
Well, eventually they were going to have to do it. If you remember, Charles, he won February the 15th at Bristol. And then, of course, he won on the 22nd at Kansas. 2 totally different racetracks, but he did go back-to-back.
Yeah, he definitely went back-to-back, and, it's a huge momentum boost as it looks like everybody in the top 10 is coming down and some people sliding through their pit stalls, having to back up and slow pace for Scott Rickard. He's going to come down as well in the 05, so everybody is definitely starting their pit stops now. Got about 10 or so laps later than that first group, so we're mixing up the strategies here.
The Stars and Stripes Racing League on iRacing on LSRTV is proudly presented by these fine sponsors. Big thanks to Bud Kicker, the Virtual Fun Vibrating Racing Seat. Thanks also to Next Level Racing. Big thank you also to the On the Throttle podcast, available on all major platforms and podcast outlets. And finally, Verizon, the nation's #1 5G network and proud sponsor of Verizon 5G qualifying. By the way, congratulations to the man that, of course, set time in qualifying tonight here at the Darlington Raceway. All the while, we continue on with green flag pit stops. Here comes Hess onto the pit lane. Andrew Hess in the 54 machine.
Yeah, he's going to come down and get his tires, fuel, and he'll be good to go. And I believe we're going to have one more coming down. Well, I thought he was. I thought we were going to see the 4 coming down as well, but my scoring betrayed me a little bit. As I thought he was slow enough to come down. He did not. He is staying out at least another lap or so. So we only have the top 5 that have not come down and made pit stops. So these guys, again, they've got to come in sometime. We're coming up on 100 to go in 7 laps. So maybe they're going to push it these 70 laps and just have 100 to go.
Got to try to set themselves up, no doubt, for some type of opportunity to finish things here. As still approaching lap number 70 in this race. Looking to battle side by side here for just a moment. That's the number 4 machine, obviously. Not able to hold off the likes of the 24 car. That's Lynch going after Hale, getting around him. All the while, the 68 machine, and that is Diego Valle. Valle, of course, in the Don Q. Rum Gomez Sim Industries Toyota out of Texas. And he is looking down to possibly get his 2nd win of the season, joining multi-time winners of Christopher Smith and Will Bustler if that happens. Remember, of course, Diego Valle has already got a win this year, and that event came back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, I believe, in week number 2 of the year. That was, of course, on January the 18th when he picked up the win. Other races this year include Daytona 11th, a 20th at Michigan after winning at Atlanta, 7th at Dover, 12th at Sonoma, 30th at Kansas, and 22nd at Richmond last week. So kind of bit of a slump for the 68, but back on the climb again here.
Yeah, he's definitely back on the climb again, and we'll see how long that climb lasts. As you got some cars trying to get by him. Those are not for position. The next car to try to get him for position is way back here in the 44 of Kyle Bowling. He's back there about 3 seconds behind. So right now, Valle has a huge lead over the rest of this field. And, yeah, he pulled good. He came in and did a pit stop, and he managed to come out with the lead. And that's exactly what you plan to do. It doesn't always work out. But, Wesley, we have been green for now 69 laps. Caution-free. We've gone through green flag pit stops. I'm not going to lie. That gets to be a rarity on iRacing these days, but I know I'm jinxing it. But we've had, Stars and Stripes been doing it, and the Full Throttle series both have been doing it lately. So, big props to the leagues we have right now. These guys are running some really clean racing.
Well, the fact of the matter is obviously, I think a lot of people have got exhausted with seeing Wreckfest all the time. And I know we want to have good, hard racing, but you don't want it to be exhausted with just constantly green caution. And we've had that before. But obviously, these guys respect one another. They run with one another. They're like a team. They're like a virtual family. They run for many years together in this series and in this league for the Stars and Stripes Racing League, and obviously there's a respect there as we watch these guys battle alongside again. Here comes Bowling, Kyle Bowling in the Pepsi number 44 machine, trying to get back down to the lead lap. Actually, correction, he is on the lead lap. He's in third. Yeah, he's right back in there. Once we saw the other guys come down to the pit lane, obviously we saw the transitions of drivers getting their lap back that pitted earlier, Charles.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get to either their lap back if they haven't, and it looks like, I don't think we have anybody off the lead lap right now. Taking a look, the only one that is a lap down or more are currently Aaron Hell down 1 lap. So those guys from Aaron Hell, so 16th through 23rd, they're trying to get their laps back. After that, you got Paul Thomas 2 laps down, and then some cars out of the race for Ross Tatum and Dylan Glass. So unfortunate those two out of the race. But other than that, just some really, really good battling going on. Here is your closest battle, by the way, right here with Zach Kreitz. And I believe, yes, that is the 5 of Trey Jackson.
Stars and Stripes Racing League entry. There's that Baby Ruth car, Kreitz. Nationwide number 5 right there. Jackson, as Charles mentioned, that's for 11th and 12th spot. Single file now as they work their way off the Boeing backstretch into turn number 3 and 4. Back down to the start-finish line here at Darlington. Flying across the stripe. So we're under 100 laps to go. How about this, Charles? Man, what a fast race. About to approach halfway of this thing.
His race has gone by super fast, and excuse me, I expect it to go even faster the further we get into this. And just impressive that we haven't seen a caution. It's not for a lack of racing. They're definitely out there racing, and only, like I mentioned, only 2 cars out of this race so far out of the 26 that did start. Definitely a good job for them, as we got a battle for the lead, and it looks like McCoy is going to take it back from Valle. So McCoy, he was up front dominating, and he said, I'll take that back, and just took that lead with dominant fashion.
By the way, follow LSRTV on Facebook, X, and Instagram. I think they're also on Twitch. And of course, thanks to them on the social media world. Stars and Stripes Racing League, if you'd like to join them, they're available on Discord. If you get the code to jump in and join them to become part of that league. McCoy is the leader there. You see him right now after that cycle of green flag pit stops. He is leading the way in that Chevrolet number 7, looking for what would be his 3rd win. If he gets it done tonight, Charles, he would be the all-time winner on the series so far this year.
Yeah, that's always a fun plus to put in your bag, the all-time winner for the season. Definitely something to look forward to, but, a win is always good, period. These guys are obviously doing a good job of kind of mixing that bag up a little bit. Haven't seen any pure domination by anybody, although I would venture to say that Kyle McCoy is doing a fairly decent job of that here today. Is he got by Valle, 2-3 laps ago? He's already got a 1.3 second lead. Then again, though, he's got about 21 lap fresher tires, so that does play a difference in this.
Closing in on now 90 laps to go when they come back to the line. There you see McCoy, and he's starting to get some company, Charles. Lap traffic up ahead for the driver of the number 7 machine, but right now just kind of lying in the weeds, being patient, holding his own as he's going after Burchett. That would put now 15 cars back a lap down. And obviously he has already caught the tail end of the pack here on lap number 80.
Yeah, and some of these guys right now, like Burchett, that's almost a lap down. Nate Lynch, who is one. These guys, they're hoping for a caution. They would love to see one to kind of save their hide right now to get back on the lead lap. Now Nate Lynch has got to get by Burchett because he's not the first car lap down. So, yeah, these guys are definitely looking for a caution because they would love to get some of this track position or lap back.
They'll be coming up on halfway also in about another handful of laps. Lap number 85 will be the cross flags of the race. And obviously, I think maybe we can see a totally different change of the race, Charles, when we go to the second half of this race for sure, because, that's whenever you make a run to the finish.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think we'll see a different style of racing, a little bit more aggressive, and making those moves you might not make otherwise, especially if you're further back in this, top 10, 15, and your car's not where you really want it. So you got to do any little changes you can and get that car where you like it and get it to where it's running. And the problem with being further back in this field, like McNally, Jackson, Lawson, Hill, you can't see where the leader is, so you don't know where they're running. They could be running a totally different line, and you could be spot on with the setup, just running the wrong line, and your car's not quite as fast as them.
McCoy, Valle, Smith, Brickard, Robinson, top 5. Then it's Tom Ogle, Kyle Bolin, Andrew Hess, Dylan Hoffman, Zach Kreitz, top 10. Timmy McNally, Trey Jackson, Aaron Hell, followed by Christian Lawson on the lead lap, along with Jason Gratton, followed by Brian Burchett, trying to stay on the lead lap, along with Nate Lynch, Brian Lynch, top 20, along with the cars a lap down of Mark Schrader, William Duff, the 4 full-field rundown, including with laps down or more. Brian Lynch, 21st, Tom Wizzle, Will Busler, Paul Thomas, Ross Tatum, Dylan Glass, and Derek Offerman did not start the race after attempting to qualify. That's the full field rundown as we are halfway home here at Darlington.
Yeah, man, I just don't know when they're going to really start. Whoa, and as I say that, looks like the 15 may have slightly give a little, I don't think he hit him. He just kind of pushed him up a little bit, maybe. Just some good close racing. The 05 did, in the 68 of Valle scraped the wall. I heard the metal scrape across the wall, Wesley.
One of those safer, Darlington stripes, if you will. Famed Darlington stripe. As McCoy has about a 4-second lead over Mr. Christopher Smith. Same for Rickard and Valle. You see him on the track right now in 4th. Another 3 seconds back, 7 seconds back to the leader is Robinson. There's Ogle a moment ago. You saw the white claw, number 11. He is in 6th. He's 10 seconds back. Big interval now between those drivers as Kyle Bowling back on pit road again. This is the second time the 44 pitted before anyone else did, Charles.
Yeah, he is definitely on a strategy a little bit different than everybody else, and we'll see if it pays off for him in the end. It didn't quite work out this last round of pit stops, but, that strategy could be a little bit different, and it could be a long-run strategy, not necessarily paying dividends right now. So we'll see what it does for him later on in the run.
Tom Ogle now went into the top 5, trying to battle with Hess. There you see now Smith and Rickard. Graphic, and while that goes on, they're racing on. All this happening now side by side. Points leader. Rickard on the out. York of the Tire Pro Chevrolet. Smith, and by the way, Charles, that's 1 and 2 in the points. Going at it, right?
Yeah, 1 and 2 in the points, and right up front together. So, we'll see. They both got to run down McCoy if they want something to happen, but they're running right now 2 and 3 on track, and we'll see. Their tires are roughly the same, 58, 60, 59. So they're on the same amount of tire wear. So this should be really entertaining later on.
So, Charles, can we at least let some of our audience know that might be Northwest Racing Series fans? It's going to be back. It'll be on Monday nights with the Season 11 of the Northwest Truck Series presented by Click It RV. But in addition to that, right now the tentative schedule is Sunday and Monday, March 24th and 25th. And March the 24th will actually be single truck qualifying. And in addition to that, it will also be the drivers doing the dual races on Sunday, March the 24th.
Yeah, that is roughly what I heard as well. So definitely looking forward to that. Because obviously Sundays were available. It's kind of our cool down day from the real world of racing. So definitely looking forward to that one.
I'll actually be doing a real race on a Sunday afternoon and then transitioning into the Northwest Series, because obviously I think they're going to do the 11:30 time spot, as always, 11:15 live, iRacing, LSRTV, and of course also on the Community Radio Network, as we've signed another simulcast broadcast partnership. And here comes green flag pit stops for the second time as we approach lap 92 and close it in on 100. Here comes Grattan and some other guys onto the pit lane. Burchett's still on the pit lane. We're seeing all these guys pit, and this is going to make them definitely change the strategy. I think maybe one more green flag pit stop, Charles, to the finish of the race if they get done with this one.
Yeah, this one will be interesting as they're going, looks like about, 45, 50 laps. So
about 45, 50 laps. Yeah, the longest stretch, I would say, was 60 laps that we saw. What was his face? Tom Ogle went 65 laps. Aaron Hale went. So, yeah.
So I'm thinking they might have to stop one more time. I don't know, but either way, they're going to find out. As I believe Andrew Hess has had issues. He is now out of this race.
Oh man, tough break for the Hess car, the 54 machine. And Hess will retire. And he'll join the likes of guys like Dylan Glass, multiple laps down. 44 laps down. Ross Tatum, 27 laps down. That's a tough break for Ross Tatum, by the way, Charles, in that 21 machine.
Yeah, Ross Tatum not having the night he wanted. And, he really didn't have his teammates here. He had Will Bustler, but he didn't have, his other two teammates. He didn't have Altus here. Brain farting on the other one, but just Rob Sherwood didn't have him here as well.
Sherwood, yep.
His two teammates weren't here to help him work on a setup and tune and toss ideas off each other. So, Josh, where you at? We need you back, bro.
Yeah, Joshua Altus, the Virginia native, not able to be here in the Chevrolet number 94, obviously. real racing season upon us again, and he might have got stuck with real obligations. And Robert Sherwood for Lights Out Racing, also the Virginia number 22, unable to be here tonight. I'll be honest, Charles, car count kind of a little off tonight than what we've seen in the past 8 races.
Yeah, it's a little not too bad. I know the lowest we've seen is 30, so we're at 27 with Offerman who didn't start. So we're there, not too bad. And a lot of this could be short track racing. You know, there's a lot of people that just do not like to run short track racing. They love to watch it, but they don't necessarily like to drive it, as it can be a bit of a handful. So I would account, the 3 to 5 drivers who are missing. Probably chalk it up to they just are not, they don't like the short tracks, and they just choose to take it as an off week.
By the way, we're closing in on over 8,000 for LSRTV on YouTube. Hit that like or hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to know whenever we go live with coverage of iRacing on live sim racing throughout the 2024 season and beyond. Charles Wooten, I'm Wesley Outland. Tonight we're at Darlington. The Stars and Stripes salute to veterans. Thank you to our men and women as we're approaching lap number 100 that have fought, perished for us to allow us to have the freedoms that we enjoy as Americans. Even though our country is in shambles even today, we at least have our military there to protect and serve us and allow us to have the opportunities to enjoy doing iRacing, running iRacing, announcing iRacing, or just being able to go about our day-to-day life. Thank you to our men and women as we approach lap 100. 70 laps to go, Charles, and right now it has been a flag-to-flag race. It's flew by rather quickly here this evening at Darlington Raceway, and we're closing in on the home stretch.
Yeah, home stretch is definitely here. 70 to go, 100 down. Again, it's just going quick, and the battles are still here. We still have a good one going on for Rickard Smith, and that is Josh Robinson behind him. So still a good battle up front. The rear of this field's kind of fizzled out with the pit stops underway back there, but the front's still definitely underway.
We have ran 102 laps when they come to the line this time by, and not even an hour sim time. They have a 3-hour sim time limit. Actually, its sim time is 2 hours 55 minutes. But right now, as we approach lap number 103, when they come to the line working it, Charles, they have ran right now for 53 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, it's again, it goes to show just how clean of a league they really are. And
remember what they did at Bristol a couple of weeks ago? I was so impressed with that.
I do vaguely.
Remember Bristol? They had like 2 or 3 caution flags. They ran 250 laps in like less than an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 10 minutes.
I do remember that now. Yeah, I mean, they've got a good set of drivers, clean racers, skilled racers, and when you add those together, that is the end product. You get really good, clean racing.
Obviously, we missed everybody at Richmond. Why didn't we do Richmond last week? Was it iRacing problems, Charles? Something happened?
No, I had a family emergency.
That's it, exactly right. Yes, hope everything's going well with the family.
They are.
And we'll be at, again, Charlotte next week. And by the way, that's the final race, Charles, before the regular season. And then we fire up with what is known as the On the Throttle Bracket Challenge. And this is going to be really cool because you are racing within racing, and then you have drivers that are literally going to be racing amongst themselves, kind of like March Madness with the bracket tournament.
It does. I really like it on here. I don't care for March Madness, but too much squeaking on the floor of shoes for me. But
oh my goodness.
But I'm definitely looking forward to it to see how that bracket style works out here. How it all plays out, because it can really be fun when you do things a little different and change it up.
And that'll be again Charlotte again on March the 21st. The American 150 at the Rock, baby. We're going to Rockingham Speedway. Nashville, March 20. 28th April Butt Kicker Grand Prix at Watkins Glen. And then, of course, Iowa Speedway and Talladega, the final race of the bracket challenge to the playoffs and the race to the championship, including events at Homestead, North Wilkesboro, Auto Club, Phoenix, the finale for the Cup at Virtual Las Vegas on May 23rd, and somewhere along the way after that, the Stars and Stripes Indy 500 at Indianapolis, part of the greatest virtual spectacle in racing. I hope we get a hold of them to do that one too, because always we'll have it for you on iRacing on LSR TV. Let's take a break. It might be our final one of the night as we have been caution free. We'll take you to the finish of this race from Darlington next.
10 years of speed, 10 years of stories. For the past 10 years, we've been more than just spectators. We've been the heartbeat of local racing, growing alongside the tracks, drivers, and fans who make it all possible. From the dusty turns to the checkered flags, we've shared every triumph and every challenge, making memories that last a lifetime. As we mark this milestone, we're not just looking back, we're revving up for the future. We are expanding, bringing you even more racing, more coverage, and more ways to connect with the adrenaline-fueled world we love. Our commitment to the local racing community is unwavering, and the next chapter promises to be our most exciting yet.
Drag race to the line.
Now let's try to take this one to the finish, shall we? Welcome back to our coverage of iRacing on LSRTV. Flag to flag so far from Darlington. What do you know, Charles? Here comes green flag pit stops. Mr. Lynch on pit road again to the 31.
Yeah, you did tell the fans that the first time anyway they wouldn't miss a thing, and well, they still didn't miss a thing. Just some strung out cars here because of the pit stops and the no cautions. So they have not had any here tonight, which is good for the league. They don't necessarily want them. We like them to pay the bills for commercial breaks, but unfortunately we still have to take them every once in a while to thank our sponsors and partners. But Ryan Lynch comes down right as we come back from commercial break, and he'll take his pit stop. And we'll see who else is going to come down right now. Only a handful of people have taken their second pit stop as well. There goes one more. Christian Lawson's going to come down and take his second stop.
So all of this happening now with pit stops going on at lap number, we'll say it's around lap 114, 115. And we're seeing drivers now. Christian Lawson on pit road. There's the Ford or the Ford number 3. By the way, now, Charles, only 10 cars on the lead lap. That is it. 10 drivers on the lead lap, but I think that's going to continue to fluctuate back and forth. Maybe the latter as we move to the end of the finish of this race with more cars coming to the pit lane.
Sorry, having to respond to a message, but yeah, I just don't know when these leaders are going to come down. This is the interesting strategy we're seeing with these guys is checking in. 54 laps to go. They've got to be coming in soon. These guys have been out there for 58 laps if you're Kyle McCoy right now. 58 laps. You said it. I believe it was 60 to 65 what we saw the longest run. So they can make a few more laps, but do you really want to stay out with old tires like that? Obviously, it worked out for McCoy the first time. He stayed out a little bit later, and now he had the lead. But people are passing him like he's a sinking rock right now. So if it was me, I'd come down and get those fresh tires.
Closing in on 120 laps. And there you see Kyle McCoy. And that number 7 machine has been strong all day long, night long, since he got to the lead. He has not looked back, Charles. But now, coming onto the pit lane, here you go. This is what I was talking about, money stops right before the commercial timeout. And here we go. The 7 is in.
Yeah, and I don't know what I was talking about, saying they need to make another one. Yeah, this was the money stops right here. Like you said, right now, Kyle McCoy coming down. And it looks like Trey Jackson is now in his pit stall getting service done. Once you see the leader come in, I think it's go time. You've got to come in and get yours. You didn't get the chance to undercut him, so now you've got to just do what you can as somebody is. Zach Kreit's going to come down and get his pit stop taken care of. So, yeah, at this point, you just need to come down and get those that fuel and those feel goods and just kind of make your bed. You're in it now. You just got to lay in and hope for the best.
Pit stops, no doubt, going on here as we approach lap number 120 of the race. It'll be 50 laps to go, Charles, when they come back to the line.
Yeah, we got 50 laps to go, and you know what else we got, Wesley? We got severe thunderstorms on the move here at the studio. It looks from the look of it, we may have some hail and some loud thunder, but I think we'll hang on there. We don't have a whole lot to go left in this race anyway, so yeah, I think we'll be fine as far as making it. And for all those that might be thinking, oh no, we might lose the broadcast, don't fear yet. Even if we have a little bit to go, we do have a 2200 watt battery backup powering this whole thing. So if the power goes out within milliseconds, it will kick in, and we should be good to go here for a little while after that. So as long as we don't have too much to go, the broadcast is safe here in the storm season in Texas.
That's for like one of those real race broadcasts, right? You find a way to click back in and go live again, right?
Yes. So for the battery backup we have here in the studio, you've probably seen them, those little like APC ones you get from like Best Buy, the little boxes that weigh an astronaut ton. This one is about 4 times as big as one of them, and it's actually intended for a server room and like a where you would have like Amazon servers at.
Cool.
So and
now you can use it for real broadcast and for iRacing, right?
Yes, and it has come in handy.
Yeah.
So we pull about 100 watts, so we get about 22 minutes left out of it.
More green flag pit stops going on here as we see now Christopher Smith of the Apex Energy Chevrolet, number 81 on pit road. Rickard on pit road. Battle for 1 and 2 in the points. Ogle is off on the pit lane. That's Tom Ogle in the White Claw, number 11. All this going on with green flag pit stops. And what do you got, Charles? 3 cars on the lead lap. That's it. I told you it was going to become something of this caliber.
Yeah, and one of those that's not on the lead lap, that is McCoy, as he's waiting on some of your guys to come down. Is Nate Lynch coming down, but right now Joshua Robinson has not come down. He's 60 laps on his stint. Dylan Hoffman, he's got 59 laps on his stint. He has to come down. However, your third place runner, Kyle Bowling, he is currently on the lead lap and he has made 2 stops. And he only has 38 laps on his stint. Could he actually upset Kyle McCoy and win this race? You know, you're looking at 40 plus 45. I don't think he can. That's too many laps. It's going to be like 80-something laps. 84 laps, I think, to be exact. So I don't think he's going to do it. But if a caution was to come out, he could pull an upset here.
That's right. All this going on lap number 126 of 170. So we mentioned 45 laps to go here in the finish of this one. Here comes some more drivers onto the pit lane. Lynch on pit road again. Here comes the other drivers that are on the lead lap going to the front. That's Robinson, Hoffman, Bowling, McCoy. Top 4 on the lead lap. That's it. McNally, Rickard on back are a lap down. But obviously when those leaders come down to the pit lane, Charles, when they do, then drivers will start getting back on the lead lap again.
Yeah, they will definitely start getting on the lead lap. And, you know, it's very interesting when you see all these cars, good cars, off the lead lap, and it's just because pit stops.
Yeah.
So, you know, man, can you imagine if a caution was to come out and trap these guys a lap down?
Whew. I think if a caution was to come out and trap him a lap down, you could pretty much say it's a done deal. Here comes Robinson, the leader, back onto the pit lane. You know he's looking for the money stop in the 30.
Yeah, he is definitely looking for the money stop, and you got to be very, very caution. You do not want to make any mistakes on pit road right now.
Robinson on pit road, the leader in the, of course, Micro Center, number 30, Chevrolet. Hoffman now goes back to the lead in the 15. McCoy is now going to cycle up to second, Bowling third. And now you're starting to see some of these drivers get back on the lead lap. But we're waiting for these other ones to pit it out. Obviously, Hoffman, last time he pitted, lap 65. He's got to be coming in here any moment now. And here he comes, Charles. Boy, I rang it like a bell, didn't I? The Haviland 15 Chevrolet on pit road.
Yeah, he's going to come in. And by the way, McCoy got by Bowling. So guess who's your new leader again? It is McCoy. So unfortunately, we had the 2 Kyles in the front and first and second. Bowling just not able to maintain that lead. And you look at the gap. Kyle Bowling got by him about a half a lap ago and already has a 2-second lead.
McCoy, Bowling, Rickard, Smith, Ogle, top 5. 40 laps to go when they come to the line next time around. There you see the number 7 for the Iowa State Cyclones. March Madness is around the corner, and so is the On the Throttle Bracket Challenge after Charlotte next week. We'll have that Drivers Challenge. That's going to be really, really fun, seeing drivers be placed in brackets with one another. And the overall champion will be decided right before the run to the playoffs. And now McCoy looking to try to be the all-time winner this year of 3 on the season. If he pulls it off in that number 7 car, Charles, he's looking good.
Yeah, he is definitely looking good. And we knew it was coming. Kyle Bowling could not make it to the rest of the way. It would be 84 laps. So he's got to come down. He had a strategy, and I think it was a good one. He was banking on a caution coming out, and that would have saved him big time. But unfortunately, it did not happen in the time that he needed. So he is going to fall down. He'll probably be somewhere in 15th, 16th. But a good strategy. Just, the race didn't pan out the way he really wanted it to with the cautions.
So when all this happens, you're starting to see now, 8 drivers get back on the lead lap here if time and scoring is corrected. Here comes Bowling on pit road in the 44, now back off on the exit. He's now going to fall back to 11th, 1 lap down. And Charles, I think we're going to have, man, I'm going to be honest with you, unless something happens on the racetrack, Kyle McCoy's got this race won, dude. Look at the interval he's got. He's 14-second lead between him and Scott Rickard. I don't think Rickard could catch him.
Yeah, I don't either. But all the fastest lap was Josh Robinson with a 29.41. But even that, I don't think is enough. I think you're right. That is a huge gap to the leader with only 36 laps to go. Again, these guys need a caution. They're banking on one, and it's just not coming here tonight. You know, it's one of them things. You know, you hope, and sometimes, well, it's just not your night. Sometimes it is. Tonight is not looking like it's a night for anybody but McCoy as far as getting the win. But, yeah, lady ain't sung yet.
Yeah, she might not have sung, the fat lady ain't sung yet, but I think she's warming up her pipes. Definitely to make it reality here in just about less than 35 to go for the driver of Mr. Kyle McCoy. Scott Rickard run back to second. It's Christopher Smith third, Tom Ogle fourth. Josh Robinson now back to the top five. Kreitz, Hale, Jackson on the lead lap. Hoffman, Granton is 1 lap down. Grayton 9th and 10th. And those drivers trying to get back in here again. Of course, there is also the 11. Ogle, really strong run for him, trying to run after Smith, but they are still less than 13 seconds back to McCoy. One more commercial break, because obviously green flag pit stops have concluded. Nothing left to do now, Charles, but to run to the checkered flag. It's been caution-free flag to flag. And when we take one more break, we'll take you to the finish from Darlington. This is the Stars and Stripes Racing League, and this is iRacing on LSRTV.
We're a racing family that you can trust on and off the track. Here at Hercules Foundation Repair, we are here to help with our free in-home evaluations and personal repair plans. So if you're looking for foundation repair, go online or give us a call to schedule your free inspection.
Drag race to the line.
Years of speed, 10 years of stories. For the past 10 years, we've been more than just spectators. We've been the heartbeat of local racing, growing alongside the tracks, drivers, and fans who make it all possible. From the dusty turns to the checkered flags, we've shared every triumph and every challenge, making memories that last a lifetime. As we mark this milestone, we're not just looking back, we're revving up for the future. We are expanding, bringing you even more racing, more coverage, and more ways to connect with the adrenaline-fueled world we love. Our commitment to the local racing community is unwavering, and the next chapter promises to be our most exciting yet.
We be back, and boy, oh boy, ready to settle into the finish of this one. Charles, we were talking off mic, man. Caution-free race, just very abnormal than what we're used to seeing for sure. And obviously making this race fly by really, really quicker than what we intended. Obviously, sim time is an hour and 15 minutes, and we're closing in on what, the final 25 laps to go, I guess? Yeah.
I believe that is correct. Yes, 27 laps to go, and still pretty much a dominating performance. There's your closest battle on the track right there, going on for fifth position.
Yeah, this is, I believe it's Tom Ogle and Chris Smith trying to battle there for fourth and fifth on the racetrack. It is all single file. We've had drivers get a little squirmish and slam into the safer barrier, but nobody, Charles, has caused this race so far.
Yeah, they haven't, and well, yeah, it's one of the things time will tell. I'm not calling the winner yet, but I think he's got a pretty good shot at it.
We don't want to jinx anybody here, but obviously if a caution comes out, it totally just shakes up everything. But I don't know if we're going to see one or not. Even if we're doing humming and trying to will it happen, I don't think we're going to get one. It's just been a very clean race here tonight at Dover. I'm sorry, at Darlington.
Yeah, it has been a very, very clean race indeed. And laps are winding down now. We're under 25 to go, 24 laps as they cross the line. Again, we are searching for battles all over this place. They have really, really got strung out after these green flag stops. You know, you almost think these drivers have to be begging for a caution. You know, and you see it in real life racing too. You always hear them when they need a caution. You know, the drivers chipping up on the radio. I think I saw a water bottle. Or, you know, there's some debris on the track. There may not be any debris, but they're calling for it like it's there. And unfortunately, just like the real world, they ain't getting it here today.
You can tell the audience what I told you during the commercial break.
I would if I remembered.
I said, can we throw Barney the iRacing flag?
Oh, yes.
Flag?
Yes, we can throw him out there all we want. You know, poor iRacing, they introduced rain and they didn't even give him an umbrella. So, and you know, it's bad enough. iRacing's the one making fun of themselves that they didn't give him an umbrella. So, they made a joke about it. But yeah, they didn't give the poor guy umbrellas. We watched this battle going on with McNally and Duff. In Grattan, but yeah, they didn't give an umbrella, so luckily there's no rain in the forecast here. There is for me here, but not on the race here at Darlington tonight.
Fun times for sure as we're approaching now 20 laps to go when they come back to the start-finish line, this time by Kyle McCoy, Josh Robinson in the second spot, Scott Rickard third. The interval is almost 8 seconds and 11 seconds between Robinson and Rickard. But, Charles, I don't think they can catch McCoy. I don't even think he's closing in on the gap as we watch this battle now between McNally and Hoffman and Lynch and the 5 of Jackson going on. And this is battling between the 8th, 9th, and 10th spot and lap cars. But, Charles, I don't see Robinson being able to run down McCoy in the 7. I don't see the 30 getting there in time. As now McNally clears by Hoffman. This is, by the way, a driver in the 88 Bass Pro Tracker Boats entry. 2 laps down. Hoffman is only 1 lap down now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see anybody hunting him down, tracking him down. And there's a tracker car out there, tracker boats. But I don't think they're going to be tracking anybody down up front. Kyle McCoy, you know, he has got a rocket ship out there tonight. Looking at the gap, although it has shrunk, it was, well, almost 14 seconds. It's down to 7, so it's halved in the laps here. And but I just don't think it's enough. They are gaining time. Josh Robinson is dropping time significantly. I just don't think it's enough with only 18 laps to go.
Yeah, I don't either. I really don't. McCoy up in front. Robinson in that second spot. Rickard is third. 1, 2, and 3. Ogle and Smith the top 5. And they're battling now for 4th and 5th. As I just mentioned it, here it is. Probably the best battle on the racetrack the last handful of laps, Charles, with 18 to go.
Yeah, we talked about it. They're kind of spreading out. There's not a lot, but there are battles. We just have to find them, and we're searching around constantly with all of our cameras, and we find them. They are out there. We will find them. And that one is going on right now, like you said, between Smith and Kreitz. It's a little further back. You got another one brewing, or it was brewing anyway, back here with, looked like Ryan Lynch, Nate Lynch, and somebody is off the pace. I'm not sure who that is. It was a yellow car, but somebody definitely off the pace.
It wasn't Christian Losh, and I know that much.
There was
the number 10 machine.
Schaefer.
Yeah, it's Mark Schrader. Mark Schrader. Wheel and Engineering number 10, Schrader. And yeah, he's already many, many laps down in this event, by the way. 15 laps to go when they come to the line. And obviously, Charles, we want it. But if a caution was to come out, that would be disastrous for a guy like Kyle McCoy right now. Yeah. Because literally it takes everything away that he worked for sure.
It's the typical thing. Everybody but the leader would like to see a caution right now. The leader does not. The leader never wants to see a caution. I say never. The leader, there are times he'd want to see it, but that ain't one of them tonight, as McCoy would just love to stay where he's at with 15 to go and definitely just keep dominating this. We'll see that gap is now 5.7 seconds. So, Wesley, I don't know. I still don't know if it's enough. 5.5, but there's a chance Josh Robinson might actually reel him in. So it may not be a caution or no caution. He may get caught anyway.
McNally and McCoy going at it now. This is, by the way, McNally trying to get back his at least one lap down and stay at least one lap down instead of 2 laps down. It's the Bass Pro Shops Club Tracker Boats number 88 machine, the Chevrolet that Charles was referring to for Track Auto Sport. He's in 11th.
He just tracked it into the wall, too, but
he sure did.
I'm keeping very close tabs on this. I still think McCoy has got the car to beat, but what I want to look at is it's
Robinson's got it to like 0.75 of a second, though.
Yeah, he's cutting it down drastically. And he's also got 10 lap fresher tires than McCoy. So he's got fresher tires and he is on the move. So we'll see. It's kind of holding steady at about 5 seconds. Now it's dropping to 4. Now it's 5. So it is right there bouncing back and forth. He needs to start cutting like a second off a lap, I think, if he wants to catch him, though.
Off of turn number 4 down to the line. Close it in on 10 laps to go. Make it 12 remaining now. Now 11 to go. There you see the interval. Robinson's on the front straightaway, Charles. He's there. I mean, he's literally can see the leaders in his sight.
Yeah, he can see him, and he's down to 4.7 seconds. So he's chipping away at this lead, but it's, maybe too little, too late, but he is definitely going to give it all he has. Is 4.5, 4.4 coming up on it. Yeah, he's chipping away. Again, it's a matter of can he chip enough away in enough time, as we only have 10 to go, 9 at the line.
Ten laps remaining. There's Robinson. The interval is shrinking between McCoy in the 7 and Robinson in the 30. It's now 4.5 seconds, maybe less. The good thing is between McCoy and Robinson, Charles, is there is lap machines in the way. And we are in single digits, 9 to go here at Darlington.
Yeah, single digits. We talked about it'd be a fast race, and it's been one for sure. It's been a nice, clean fast races. I know later on we'll check out the Virginia 811 race summary. There ain't anything to check out here at the moment. There's been absolutely nothing going on for it. 4.1 seconds, now 4.2 is, it looks like every once in a while you see McCoy has a little burst of speed and he gains some of that time back. But you're down to 3.8 now 4 seconds again. Yeah, there's not enough time. I don't think he's got a hot rod. If you're the 30 of Robinson, but McCoy's just got a little bit faster hot rod. He might have a little NOS in there because it's just a little bit faster.
7 laps to go for car 7 when they come to the line. There he goes off into turn 2 again. The Chevrolet for the Iowa State Cyclones leading the way. Kyle McCoy looking for win number 3 of the year. If he pulls it off, he will become the man with the most wins of the season. Kyle McCoy also this year already credited with 4 top 5s and 5 top 10s. Set number 3rd in the points bracket. Looking in to go to Charlotte next week. Obviously, 2 wins on the year, back-to-back. He did it at Bristol, February the 15th, and the 22nd at Kansas. And here at Darlington, here's another track, nothing like those 2 facilities, Charles. And he is picking them up and putting them down and actually starting to get a little bit of an advantage over Robinson again. He's starting to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, he is starting to pick it up, and yeah, not sure if Robinson is in traffic. Nah, well, there was a little traffic he just had to get by, so we'll see if that is the case. It's about a 3.4 second gap, 3.3, 3.2. Right. It's dropping again, but again, time is not on his side right now as they're coming up to 4 laps to go. So Barney, who we wanted to push out of the flag stand and cause a caution, is he's waving his virtual 5 fingers.
One time it was 3.4, now it's 3 seconds back and closing in again. Now back to 3.1, 3.2. I believe that lap traffic in front of Robinson is starting to buy him back a little bit, Charles, and that's actually in the favor of the driver, the number 7, Kyle McCoy, as he is less than 4 miles to the finish of this one here, with now 3 to go at the line. The number 7 machine to the backstretch going to turn 3, and there's Robinson right there, right behind him, trying to be in hot pursuit to run him down, but he's running out of time.
He is just running out of time. 2.93 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds. At this point now it's down. There's just not enough time. He's got 3 to go. 3 seconds. He would need to cut literally a second a lap, and it's just, he's not doing it. He's cutting about, maybe 3/10, 4/10 a lap. So just time not his friend here tonight. While he has got a fast hot rod, not quite fast enough as we're coming to 2 to go as he comes to the line.
To the home stretch we roll. McCoy to the lead, Robinson second, Rickard third. And right now, McCoy just wanting to get to the finish of this one. He is right down on the back straightaway. The Iowa State Cyclone Chevrolet looking for his 3rd win, most of anybody this year. Moving into round 10 next week in Charlotte. Here comes the number 7. Kyle McCoy, Charles Wooten looking for the CRN 1 to go. The white flag at Darlington this time by.
The white flag is out, and he'll just have 3 more corners to try to hang on. He's done it so far. I don't see any issues for him now, but he's just going to kind of cruise down the backstretch into 3 and 4, and well, he'll cruise that number 7 machine into victory lane.
Sheer domination tonight for the driver, the number 7. Just like Bristol, just like Kansas. Now you can add on 3 wins and the all-time winner of the season for the Stars and Stripes Racing League. The race salute to veterans here at Darlington goes to the number 7 of Iowa's Kyle McCoy. Josh Robinson will settle for the number 2 spot. Scott Rickard will be 3rd tonight here at Darlington, followed by Tom Ogle, Christopher Smith. That great battle they had at the end for the top 5. 7 cars, Charles, only 7 cars on the lead lap in this caution-free, by the way, caution-free race that took only an hour and 29 minutes to complete at the checkered flag tonight at Darlington. Wow.
Yeah, that was definitely a race for the ages. Caution-free, less than 2 hours for 170 laps. Props to these guys.
And now they'll start to burn it down and let the celebration begin. There you see it right now. The number 7. McCoy getting it done, of course, in that Stars and Stripes Racing League machine. Shades of what everybody just did a phenomenal job. Caution-free race. It happened really, really quickly from start to finish. And here's a look at the results here tonight in Darlington, here in the Salute to the Veterans. Kyle McCoy, the winner. Josh Robinson was able to close in about 2.5 seconds, but then ran out of time. He will finish in second spot. Scott Rickard, another good points day, being consistent, falling back to third. Thomas Ogle, fourth, and Chris Smith, top five. As I aforementioned, good run for drivers that are 1, 2, and 3 in the points. We'll see how it all shakes up moving into Charlotte next week. Aaron Hale, the Camel Car, Charles, will be on the lead lap in 6th. Zach Kreitz is 7th. Everyone else behind is a lap down or more, including Dylan Hoffman, Kyle Bowling, and Trey Daxton, your top 10.
Yeah, and 11th going back, going to be Timmy McNally, Nate Lynch, William Duff, Ryan Lynch, Ryan Burchett, followed by Brian Lynch, 2 Brians in a row, Jason Gradden in the 42 and 17th. Tom Wizza, Paul Thomas, and Christian Alashan going to round out your top 20, Wesley.
Everybody else behind them, including Mark Schrader, Will Bustler, Diego Valle, had really strong in the starting of the race, but he fell back in the end after hitting the wall. And he finished just 75 laps down almost in 23rd. Andrew Hess, the same thing as well. Ross Tatum with problems in the opening 60 laps of the race. He wasn't able to finish the show. Neither was Dylan Glass, and Derek Offerman attempted to qualify. However, he did not start the race. Hey, I forgot to mention this Virginia811.com race summary, and there it is. Not really much to talk about. No cautions. Big old goose eggs for those. Goose eggs for caution laps. 9 winner tonight. Here, flag to flag. Post-race time. Welcome back to coverage of the Salute to Veterans from Darlington Raceway, round 9 of the Stars and Stripes Racing League. We're going to be in Charlotte next week for round 10. We're going to make post-race quick because there is some severe weather in the area of our producer, Mr. Charles Wooten. Also, good job with the color. And Kyle McCoy, win number 3, all-time winner this year of anybody. Congratulations, man. What a show. Flag to flag.
Appreciate it, man. Love winning in Darlington. It's my one of my favorites, and glad to get this one here. It was made me a little nervous at the end, but we're glad to get it for sure.
Well, one of the things I mentioned was, like, you've won at Bristol, you've won at Kansas, and now Darlington. Those tracks are all totally different configurations and the way you run them.
Yeah. This Kansas and Darlington, you kind of got a little bit of the high line, dominant racetrack, but really tonight it was on the bottom anyway. So yeah, they were totally different drives. The setups all were kind of totally different out there. So it's nice to show up and be a little versatile too.
Well, Bud, before we let you go, thank your sponsors, man. I know we got to be quick tonight.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks to Celsius and Iowa State. Thanks to my teammates,
Scott, Kyle, and Trey for really good runs tonight. Scott gave me the best pit crew, and thank you to you guys for putting on a fantastic broadcast.
A flag-to-flag race for Kyle McCoy, the man out of Iowa, ready to see where they end up in the March Madness for the Iowa State Cyclones. And, of course, he will finish in victory lane, 3rd win this year. Let's go now to Josh Robinson. Josh, we were kind of jokingly laughing with one another. The points have updated. When it does, I think you're going to stay in the top 10 as the run to the bracket and the playoffs continue, but your take of being second here tonight.
Yeah, that was it went way better than expected. I always have low expectations for Darlington because it is the track that's too tough to tame, and just super happy to finish second. I thought I had a little bit more for Kyle at the end. I definitely didn't leave any right front on that car, and just super happy, and congrats to Kyle, and good run to Scott and guys, because no cautions at Darlington is really tough to do.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, were you hoping for a caution? And segue that into thanking your sponsors, because this, that really shook things up and made it change with the whole scenario of the race, because I thought we'd see a yellow too.
I was extremely happy to see no yellows. Always like the long green flag runs, and I think we had a car on the inside wall at the start-finish line, and he couldn't hear me, but I was yelling at him to get the heck off the tracks. I do want to thank my teammates, Tom, Andrew, and Brian over at Team Spite. Thanks to all the guys that put on the league with Nate and Derek and team. And thank you guys for doing the broadcast, and looking forward to next week.
There you go. There's Josh Robinson. He'll finish in the number 2 spot. Scott Rickard, another podium finish, another solid run to the regular season championship here after 9 races tonight here at Darlington. Your take of finishing in 3rd, and obviously a caution-free event, staying out of trouble.
Yeah, I love this track. This is one of my favorite tracks. I've always loved it. I love unique tracks. This is one of the most unique for the way you run it. And I love this track when it's caution-free like this. It's just fun to race.
It seems like we chat with you every week on the podium. It's kind of like you're running out of things to talk about, right?
Yeah, if you did top 5, it'd definitely probably be close. Top 3, maybe not most weeks. Top 5, probably.
Well, buddy, before I let you go, man, thank your sponsors, and I will see you next week in Charlotte. Charlotte's going to be fun, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Charlotte's been good or bad for me depending on the season in this league, so we'll see. I think Team, my dog, and Terrapos and High Rock found good logos and stuff to make good looking cars with.
There you go. All right, there's the thoughts of Scott Rickard, the man out of New York in the Tire Pro Chevrolet. He'll finish in another 3rd place finish. Again, runner-up Josh Robinson, and 3rd win this year for Kyle McCoy. Because of weather, we're going to get off the air a lot quicker than usual. For Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten on production and on color analyst tonight. For iRacing on LSRTV and Rocket Racing Media, I'm Wesley Outland. We'll see you next week in Charlotte. Congratulations, Kyle McCoy, winner. Flag to flag, and the salute to the veterans at Darlington for the Stars and Stripes Racing League. Be good to one another. God bless America, and have a great weekend.